So I've opened up your drawing and I can see that you're missing your surface here. Your profile still looks good. So on your surface, your corridor, I'm going to rebuild that, close that out, and see if it comes back. All right, it doesn't. I'm going to see if it's frozen off. All right, so here's your corridor, and it's called C corridor or corridor 1. So I'm going to take a look at this properties. Okay, it appears, I'm going to delete this. I don't know why, or let me see if I can refresh it. Apply and OK. Properties. I'm going to cancel, I'm going to delete this one and rebuild it. So I'm going to hit this link to no, and then I'm going to click that no. And I'm going to do a plus here. All right, so what I did is I deleted the first top one, and I'm going to say apply, rebuild, and OK, and it comes back. Okay, it also have to get rid of all of that. Let's see what it did to this. All right, so over here, you've got also your manholes. So if I click on this and re-click and I go structure properties, so right now it's set on the existing, and that's not true. We need it to be underneath the, now I've got to make sure of the corridor that it's actually created. This corridor name is the Project 1 Surface 8. I'm going to change that just so I can remember it. So I'm going to go Surface Properties. I'm going to rename it and say Road, we'll call it Future, because that's the name of your Future Road. Okay. I'm going to change this for right now to contours and triangles while I'm here. And the reason is I've got to get rid of these in that surface. So when you highlight the surface, since I'm already over here, I'm going to delete those lines. So I'm going to type down here F for fence, and I'm going to draw a fence line through that, and I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to get rid of those corridors. And then I'm going to right click on your surface and go surface properties and send it back to 1 and 5 design, apply, and OK. Just to clear some of this up, I'm going to type in lay freeze in the command prompt and get rid of the blue lines just so I can see it a little bit better. Now, the other thing that I'm going to look at here is, like I was saying before, if I right click on it and I go structure properties, I'm going to change that to Future Road and go OK. And I'm going to change that where it says insertion rim behavior and it's underneath the part properties to 0. I'm going to apply and OK. And then I'm going to take this one and do the same thing. Right click, go structure properties. I'm going to change this one to Future Road, go OK. Now, here's what's odd. That Future Road, that reference surface, says that it's 163 in elevation, and I believe it's 81, 83 that it had listed before. Actually, it should be approximately the same as the other one. Let's label this. See how it says 81, 83 here? This one should be the same because it's right across the way. So if I annotate and I look at that pipe and I just do a single part in a plan, see it says 8152. And now the other one says 81. So if I hover over this, just in here, it should tell me the elevation of the ground in that area, and it shouldn't. See how it says 8154? So I don't know why the computer was thinking that it was 81 or 163. That doesn't make sense to me. So I'm going to go true. See how it says insertion rim? That's not true. That's true, 8152. Because again, let me just double check. When I hover near here, see the future road, Z elevation 8149. So I don't know why the computer's thinking that. It's not the first time I've seen that, but just be aware of it. Sometimes the computer glitches. If I change this one to future road, okay, it goes 164 because of that surface adjustment. So I'm going to undo that. If I right click on this and I go structure properties and I say this is false and I change that to future road and then I say true, that's not making any sense at all to me. Let me see if I can figure that out. For right now, just leave it be as it is. You can pull these up and down like you've already done that. Don't worry about that for right now until I figure out why it's doing that. So just move ahead as you've been doing. It doesn't make sense when I'm looking at your surface here and it's telling me it's 81. It's almost acting like it's double up in the air of the alignments. And you only have the one alignment, I believe, profiles. I'm going to delete that and see what happens. I'm going to regen. Sometimes if you have too many things in here and you're referencing and you're not sure which one you're referencing, that's not a good thing. So just be careful with that. It looks good, but I don't know why your structures are trying to act double. I know if you set this, see how it says existing here? And I set that to the future road. That looks correct. And then adjustment is 0. Apply and OK. Let me do this one. Structure properties. I'm going to put that to 0. And then I'm going to change that to future. Apply and OK. Other than that, I'm not sure why it's doing that. So you're going to have to give me time. I don't know everything about the Civil 3D, but that doesn't seem right. And the last one, structure properties, on the sump here, take that to 0. Okay. On that one, on your sump depth, so it'll come up, go OK. Same with this one. This one's sump depth is too deep. So look at that. Scroll down. Where's the sump? There's the sump. Take that to 0. Do elevation. Apply and OK. All right. Other than that, it looks really, really good. Okay. So we've got your surface back. And go ahead and make sure you label your surface. Okay. So annotate surface, single contours, and just, I'm going to turn my snaps off. Annotate it. Even up here, like I said, it doesn't make any sense that the computer is thinking this is 160. It's like it's doubling it. Okay. So that looks good. Sometimes I actually put them onto the outsides too. Now, The next thing that you want to do, take a look at, is, for example, right here, this text is too big. So when you do this and you look at what layer it's on or profile labeling style, if you pull this down and you go click on the little blue and you click on that, then it's probably the text is too big. So in a dragged state, it needs to be 0.075 or 0.065. The layout state is not the line, but the PVS 0.05 and the PVIE is 0.05. So in drag state, make that height 0.05 also. Apply and OK and OK. And it'll look better. Everything should have about the same height. Now on this one, you'll want to bring this down a little bit. Now here's the other thing is you don't need this much room. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that line. You don't need this much room, so right click and go, you're gonna pick the blue line and right click and you're gonna go Profile View Properties, and you're gonna change that. Instead of it being 65, I'm gonna change it to 68. It just gives us more room. Apply and OK. It gives us more room when we look at our profile here. It looks better like that. Okay, it's all within the view. Oopsie. Double click on the outside. So what I typically do is I just pull this down using my ortho. Turn on your F8, pull it down, and then move the whole box. Endpoint. Bring it back up to that endpoint. This is just regular CAD, nothing special. And then just pull this down so you can see your view. Oops. Okay, so if you don't, then maybe you change that to 85. So let me come back over here. And just bring this down. See if we can bring that down a little bit more. Well, here's another option. Instead of fighting going down, bring it back up. Move, snap to the endpoints, just so you have room down here. There you go. All right, so now you've got your corridor, you've got your pipes in. Your sewer pipes look good, your storm pipes look good. On this, so we can see that we're sending the sewer down this direction. Typically, if you're going to use this, whoops, make sure you can see F3, that you can see it in there. I'm going to hit paper to get outside of it since I'm zoomed in so tight. Okay, make sure you put your titles over here. That's just kind of more of aesthetic stuff. Everything looks really good. Also, when you're working on this, make sure you, not that one. Whoops. You bring it out so you're not like overlapping in text. So maybe that to that side makes it look a little bit better. Also give your structures names. Like this is SA. Typically it's consistent. You know that. You've worked in construction. You've seen it. Change to sanitary manhole 1, sanitary manhole 2, SHM, for example, on this one. You can change them up here. You can say, actually, let me do it here. If I click on the manhole, sorry, you can call it SH sanitary manhole -1. And this one would be, click on this, sanitary manhole -2, something like that. Also on the pipes themselves, Yeah, typically we do use the single for the sanitary, and that's fine. So you're looking really good on this. If you've got any more questions, just let me know. Alrighty? So I'm going to stop here, and I'll send this drawing back to you also.